We're gonna be going outside today. I got some sprinklers that aren't working. Turn on the valves, nothing happens. Like no water, no nothing. We have some of the main pipes here in the garage, or the main water pipe in the garage. So normally when I hit the manual start on the sprinkler timer, it would turn on one of the zones and I would actually hear the water pumping through the system. That doesn't happen. I don't know if you can hear it through the phone, but I guess let's see. Yes, my love. Luca hurt you. Oh. What happened?
Mommy opened mommy's mouth.
Mommy opened mommy's mouth? Okay, not really too sure what that means. All right, so that's zone 1. We already got a minute in, and there's nothing. Zone 2 just sounds like it turned on. Let's go double check. We do have sprinklers working, and the dogs are loving it, especially that one. Okay, so sprinklers are working for zone 2. Let's go with zone 3 before the dogs get soaked and they smell like zone 3, and I heard it, so we might be okay with zone 3. It might just be the front zones that are not functional, but let's double check. Yeah, and I hear him. Oh, Bear loves the water. A little too much. Funny guy. All right. Sun's starting to come out. We had a few days of clouds. Not good for Florida. All right. And let's see. Zone 1 did not work. Zone 4 is also in the front. A couple days ago I came out here and this thing was buried, so I dug it all out and I went in and I actually took the shop vac to clean out all the dirt that was inside of here. So if you can imagine, every single valve was covered in dirt. This is very common in the with these sprinkler systems, these sprinkler boxes, the valve control boxes, because of erosion. Look at the little froggy. Hi, buddy. And so anyway, took the shop vac. It took me about 15 to 20 minutes. It kept getting clogged on me, rightfully so. It's dirt mixed with water. And then to clean the hose out, I just let the water sit in there and kind of loosen up all the dirt, and then blew it out with the electric leaf blower, just to kind of get most of the moisture out, and just left it to dry outside. And now we can work. You want to make sure that the area is clean where you're going to be taking these apart, because you do not want to get dirt inside of these valves. First thing we'll do is we will identify which valves are 1 and 4. Those are going to be the ones that I'm going to focus on cleaning the tops up, getting the rest of the debris off of, and opening up, because what's happening here is the solenoid is functional. I've confirmed that there is electricity coming out here and the solenoids are turning on, but the diaphragm inside of this valve is not functional. Another way to identify these valves is on the actual controller itself. You'll see that there are zone numbers on the bottom of this particular controller, and every controller will have this in a different format, perhaps not numbered, but you can test it with a voltmeter and see which ones are getting power as you scroll through the zones. But in this case, we have zone 1 and zone 4. The zone 1 is all the way to the right, it's green. Zone 4 is yellow. So this will make our jobs a little bit easier. We don't have to go running around the yard chasing to see if sprinklers are turning on or off. Okay, I hear it. These are low voltage wires, so 9 volt to 12 volt systems. You're not going to get shocked. You don't have to worry about disconnecting it. You could if you feel safer that way or more confident in what you're doing, but ultimately it's not going to hurt you. Just pulling off these waterproof nuts and wire nuts and making sure that there's appropriate connection between the two wires. And this one looks like it's got good coverage. But now the wire nut doesn't want to go back in, so just be prepared for that as a possibility. You may need to have to run to the hardware store to get these waterproof wire nuts. Check out what I found. Well, that yellow one's not water resistant. It's just found its way into the box, but here's a brand new one. This is overkill. It'll hit up 22 to 8 gauge, so this should help us out here. Always want to give a good tug, make sure the connection's good, and it is. All right, let's give it a try, guys. And there goes zone 1. I can hear the water. It's pressurized. It's going through the pipes. It's just not enough pressure to actually lift the sprinkler heads. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to loosen I already tried loosening the solenoid to see if the diaphragm would move. It's not moving. I suspect that it might be the diaphragm itself is not doing its job inside of that valve. It might be time to rebuild those valves. Maybe cleaning it wasn't enough. It's not an electrical connection issue because, again, I can feel the solenoid vibrating. You will feel them vibrating slightly. So I don't believe that that's the problem. Let's go ahead and unscrew the top. Now you got to be really careful when you're doing this, because if that comes completely loose and shoots up into your face, I mean, that's hardened plastic. You're going to do some damage. Another aspect of this is you'll lose parts as well. So just be really careful and be conscious. I've already loosened the one screw there and here diagonally from one another. So now I'm going to take this corner off, and if I'm correct in my assumption, this should trigger the diaphragm to lift, therefore allowing water to flow through, and the sprinkler, which is right around this area, should pop up and get us all kinds of wet. So I guess we'll see. All right, Bean, you ready?
Yes.
Now you might get wet, so don't be upset. All right, watch yourself. Okay. So the sprinkler's actually on. This is a diaphragm issue. Sprinkler's on. I can see down the line the sprinklers are on as well. They're on in the front. The diaphragm in this Hunter valve is compromised, and we're going to have to rebuild the valves. Maybe not all of them, but what's the point of rebuilding one when they're all equally as old?
You should just do all of them.
You should just do all of them at once. For peace of mind, there's many benefits to it. So we got at least zone 4 working. It's functional for now, which is good. And that's all we're going to be doing today because
it's my dad's birthday.
Yeah. So
we're going to be going to the zoo.
That's right. So we're going to go ahead and finish this up here, clean this up. I'm not going to, I'm going to try to get rid of all this mulch here and clean this mulch bed up so that I'm not recovering this area. We are coming back to work on it at a later date. So stay tuned.
Yeah.
Next time you see us, we'll hopefully be rebuilding these valves. Thanks for tuning in, and
See you next time.
see you next time.
Bye.